Welcome back to another tutorial. This time we're going to go over the color splat, metallic and specular materials, show you how they work, how to build splat maps, and why you might want to. We're going to build a simple example here, but more complicated examples of course require external applications such as Blender and Substance Painter or the equivalent to get the splats correct. But I'll show you a basic one entirely with Neos tools, which I think is actually really cool. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to hop over into Smooth POV, turn around, and I'll show you what we're building. This world is actually based on the previous video, which is the locomotion modifier examples, which is the world we're in. And it was showing you how to modify the locomotion based on the same splat map that we're about to do. But we're not going to be talking about locomotion today. We're just going to be talking about the visuals here. So we've got a grassy plain with an icy lake and a hot desert. And we're going to be making that as a tutorial to show it off for you. So I'm going to fly over here to some empty space or away from all the locomotion stuff and go ahead and land. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to need here is our land. You can use any mesh for this. Just note that the UVs have to be set up in a particular way such that the splat map, which we're about to make, can cover the entire area. So for example, if you made a really big terrain mesh and brought it in, you'd need to make sure that it was UV'd correctly. We'll be using a quad, so it is UV'd correctly. If you don't know what that means or what UVs mean, then go look it up. I unfortunately don't have a tutorial about what UVs mean right now, but you'll be seeing some of that as we go. We'll be using a quad, so it's perfectly fine. You go to create new 3D model quad. See that we get a quad here. Now, quads are good in that the UVs are set up such that they are identical to the quad. So the texture runs from the top left to bottom right. There's no warping, there's no distortion. So we're then going to turn that horizontal. Make it much bigger. And now we've got our, and this is in quotes, right? I've got our level or our world map for our video game. So now we need to decide what we want to do. And in this case, we can kind of sort of plan it out. And we are going to do exactly the same setup behind us. So I want, over there, I want a desert. And over there, I want some icy lake. And then we just need to draw our splat map. Now, of course, you can do this outside of Neos. You could do this in Paint. You could do this in Substance Painter. We're going to go ahead and do it inside Neos, though. If you head on to, and I'll turn on Private UI here. If you head on over to Polylogix Tools, you will find the Neotoshop right here. There are other painting tools. This is just one that I know exists. So here is Neotoshop 2.9. We'll spin that around. And we're going to paint this such that it becomes our splat. So first of all, I'm going to set the background tint to green. So here we go, green. When you're doing a splat map, make sure that you're using exact colors here. So you made sure I made sure that the red here was turned all the way down. And that means that this green color is 100% green, kind of important. You can do gradients again, but it's difficult. So 100% green for this tutorial at least. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this brush on the left of Neotoshop here. Hop into no clip just to make things a little bit easier. And I'm going to select, we'll do some new layer as well. I'm going to select red. And once again, we need to make sure it's exactly red. So I put that right in the corner there. And here we go. So I'm going to make my red area, which I can't remember which way round I had it over there. Ice was red. Okay, so we'll make our icy area. So I'm just going to draw an approximate circle here. Cool, we'll leave it like that. That'll illustrate the point of that. And then I'll make another new layer, and I want 100% blue. And I'm going to make that and put it up here, a bit like the area behind us. Right, so now we've got our splat map. We're going to go ahead and we're going to export it, which is at the top here. And now we've got a texture for our splat map, and we can move that to one side. Now we need to create the material, which we're going to go ahead and stick onto our quad. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the material tooltip from Essential Tools. It looks like this. We're going to go to Create New, PBS, and then look for PBS Color, Splat, Metallic, or Specular. It's up to you if you want to use Metallic or Specular. We'll just be using Metallic today. They operate exactly the same as PBS Metallic and PBS Specular. They've just got the Color, Splat properties in them. So I'm going to select Color Splat Metallic, and you'll see it loads. I'm going to put that into my tool and shoot it onto the ground. No changes yet, but there's about to be changes. The splat map that we made goes into the color map. And then all these other properties refer to each of the channels on this splat map here. So you'll see here, we've got albedo color 1, which is RGBA, and albedo texture RGBA. And what it means is put this value, so put albedo color 1 or 0, if you just start at 0, wherever we see red. So if I go ahead and I select this and I make this pink, and I hit OK, you'll see that we've now got a pink area over there, and it's the exact same sort of weird teardrop shape as that red area on our splat map. As we're not using alpha here, something which I found out after about an hour of scratching my head is just lower this alpha albedo color, which is the last one, albedo color 3, just lower that down to transparent and black, and then you'll have a lot better sort of time with various things. Actually, what did I do over there? Oh, I did black and fully albedo. Okay. Maybe that'll do what I wanted. Yeah, that looks better. So again here, we've got albedo color 1 or 0 here, which made that red area pink. I can do the same with green, which will be albedo color 1. We can go ahead and make that orange, and you'll see, hey look, the entire main area has gone orange. And you'll see that the final area is still white. I could go ahead and make that, I don't know, let's say aqua. And there we go. That's how to use it with just colors. That is kind of fun. You can make your own sort of really cool like floor or ground or terrain there just using colors. But let's go beyond that. Let's start using the textures here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the Neos Essentials folder. Let me just private UI around a little bit here. So here we are inside Neos Essentials Materials. I'm going to just choose some stuff. So we were doing ground before. We're going to continue doing ground just for clarity. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ground. We'll go into Dylan's pack as Dylan's got some good ground, and we'll select the grass there. And then we needed ice, which I found in Materials Ice. So we'll go in here. I'm going to choose a bright ice this time. I'll choose that one. And then I wanted sand. I couldn't really find sand, but I went back into ground and back into Dylan's pack, and I did find sort of the equivalent, just sort of here. This is, I don't know, sort of sandy. So here are our 3 materials. And what we need to do is take their properties and apply them to the 0, 1, and 2 of this material. So for sand, we want that to be blue because we want our sandy area to be blue. So that is albedo texture 2, everything that's got 2 on it basically. So I put that next to 2 just for reference. The ice wants to be 1 because it's red, so we'll put that next to 0. And then the grass is everything in the middle, which is albedo texture 1, RGB. So now we just need to open up each of these using the material tooltip and copy across their properties. So we'll do the ice first, which is 0. So we're going to take the albedo texture and we're going to drop it into albedo texture 0. And then, where are we? Color. Oh, it's up there, of course. And we'll set that to blue. And you'll see that we've now got ice over there that is blue. I'm going to drop that blue to a little bit more aqua. There we go. That's that done. Now you can scroll down here. You'll see that there is an emissive map for each of these. We're just going to be doing the albedo map. And the reason behind that is because you need to do packed maps for the normal maps. And I don't know how those are done. So do take a look at the video description or the comment section there, because I forgot that I didn't know how those worked. Anyway, we'll continue. So with the ice done, we'll move on to the grass. So I'll pop that in and I'll go to edit material and I'll take the albedo texture here and I'll pop it into 1. And now you see that the ground has turned to grass, and we need to change that to white. There we go. And then the sand. And again, take our albedo texture and drop it into 2. And then we want our sand to also be white. And let's de-equip that and take a look at our work. So here you go. We've got the sandy area, the icy area, and the grass in the middle. Now, I know that's basic use cases of that. I didn't go over the packing or anything like that, but I do hope that starts getting you involved in what those splat materials do and how they work, and also how they work with that locomotion stuff over there. So do check that previous video if you want information on that locomotion modifier, because it uses this image as well to do some cool stuff. you have any questions about the splat map, including those pack maps, I'll get onto them the moment I publish this video. I just didn't have that information when I was recording and I ran out of time. I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.